What's up, Lifestyleions? Barber here, and I'm back with another one. Today's video is going to be an unboxing of a new razor that I just picked up from my local barber supply store. Now, no, this is not a clipper video. I know you guys are used to seeing me doing clipper reviews, but today I wanted to flip it up and do a razor review because guess what? We use razors just as much as we use clippers, and having a good razor, that really matters. And the reason why I ended up grabbing a new razor is because of my favorite razor, which is gonna be this razor right here, which is gonna be the Parker razor. I love this Parker razor, but guess what, guys? The whole handle just kind of broke on me. I mean, it's over for this razor. I don't even know the screw right here. Somehow the screw that goes in here came out. Not even sure how that happened, but it happened. So I had to go on my lunch break to go get me another razor because I love these Parker razors. I would say that I have had the razor, my Parker razor, for at least over 5 years. So it gave me a great run, guys. And sometimes these things just happen. So when I went to my local barber supply store and to go grab another Parker razor, I ended up seeing a different razor that I wanted to try, which is gonna be another Parker razor. This razor is gonna be a little bit different from my old razor, and I wanted to do a review on it. So stick with me, guys, because you're gonna like this one. All right, so before we unbox this and take a look at the actual razor, let's kind of go over the box. Now the box is gonna be pretty much straightforward. It's gonna come in all black and silver. On the front cover, you're gonna see Parker Safety Razor since 1973. And then on the side of the box, you're gonna have some cursive lettering, which is gonna say Parker Barber Razor, craftsmanship, rims from beautiful shaving contours. And then on the other side of the box, also written in cursive, it says tradition continues. So that's gonna be pretty much it as far as everything on the box. So let's head over to my unboxing station and take a closer look at the Parker razor.
Let's get started. Oh, that's real good.
All right, so let's get into the pricing on the Parker Safety Razor. I ended up grabbing mine for $25 at my local barber supply store. I will leave the link in the description below on where you guys can pick up one of these Parker Safety Razors if you guys are interested in grabbing one. Now we're gonna get into the pros and the cons on the brand new Parker Safety Razor. We're gonna start off with the pros first. First pro I would like to bring up will be the ergonomic in design. I love the matte black look on this new Parker razor, and I like the weight on it. It feels very premium in hand. I like the little grooves on the back of the handle with this Parker razor. It just feels a lot better to me in hand than my original Parker razor. I do like the fact that my original Parker razor is more lightweight. I was worried about that in the beginning on the new razor because it's a little bit more heavier than the original, but I actually really like the newer razor versus the original one as far as ergonomic, weight, and design. Another pro for me on the new razor is gonna be the price, $25. That's an easy buy. $25, you can't go wrong with that. Plus, I've had my original for over 5 years plus, so I think that's an easy investment on a razor that you're gonna use every day. Both of these razors are more of a everyday use. Now, I have more expensive razors, which is gonna be like the Artisan Club. That razor costs around $70 to $80, and that's a little bit more premium of a razor, but you are using different types of razors as well. I like to use the Artisan Club razor for more of my clean shaving clients that have like a lot of hair on their face and they want to shave it all off, or they want to do like bald heads. Now I can also use my Parker razor too. The blades on the Parker razors are not as expensive as the ones that I use for my Artisan Club razors. So sometimes when I get someone with really thick coarse hair and I'm trying to shave them, I'll go through a couple of razors, which is okay. I just know that if I have those clients, I just use a different razor. But everyday use, I'm always gonna use my Parker razor. Another pro for me would be the blade exposure. Now, I like my razors to have a little bit more exposure. What I mean by exposure is the blade. I like the blade to show a little bit more. And the Parker razor has always been one of those that's kind of in between. It's not like a whole lot of blade exposure and it's not too little of blade exposure. It's like right in the middle. And I like that because when you have a blade that's more in the middle, you can see the blade, especially if you're a beginner barber. When you have too little of blade exposure, sometimes you'll be a little bit too aggressive with your razor and you're going to irritate your client's skin or possibly even cut them because you don't even know if the blade is cutting them or not, or you're going over the same spot over and over and you're irritating the skin. So when you have that blade exposure, you know that you are cutting it and you can actually see what you're cutting as well. Now, me personally, I don't mind having a razor with a lot of exposure. Like my Artisan Club, when I use like my regular razor blades, I can actually use that on the Artisan Club razor and it's gonna show a whole lot of blade. Now that can be scary, especially for you like guys that just got out of school. You don't want a razor that's gonna have a whole lot of exposure. If you're doing a reverse hand or anything like that, you might be a little afraid of that. And it could be a little intimidating too. I always recommend a blade like the Parker that has like that middle in between exposure for like any student barbers or beginner barbers. And that's pretty much it as far as all the pros. Now let's talk about some of the cons on the safety razor. Now when I first got it, the first thing that I noticed right away is how stiff it was to load up my razor inside the safety razor. It was a little stiff. I was a little worried with that because when you're doing a lot of shaves, and again, you have those clients with really thick, coarse hair that you're trying to shave, you gotta go through different blades and you gotta move quick. I felt like it was a little scary because for whatever reason, when I first got it right out the box, I had a little bit of a hard time trying to open up the latch on the razor. But after a couple of times of using it, it just kind of loosened up and it was perfectly fine after that. Working with my original Parker razor, it's a lot more loose in a sense, if that makes sense. It's not as tight as the new one that I just picked up. Another con for me will be, although I do love the ergonomic and design, I do kind of worry in the long run on how the razor will hold up. Now it is a matte black. I worry that it can start chipping, scratching, or maybe even the lettering kind of rubbing off over time. It hasn't yet, it's been fine so far, but it's just something that I kind of worry about. That can be also a con too, but it's not right now, so it's kind of up in the air. And that's pretty much all the pros and cons that I can think of in the moment, and that leads me to the last question of the day. Are we going to crown or trash the new Parker safety razor? And based off price, packaging, and performance, today guys, we are going to crown the new Parker safety razor. So that's gonna be a wrap today on the Parker safety razor. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, you already know what to do. Make sure you smash that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and follow me on my Instagram page at Kingmelifestyles. Until then, I'll see you on the next video.